in Indianapolis. You sound like you're a lot more interested now. Why the change?
Well, those were never from me. I never say anything out. I've always been happy to be a Colt, and I'm extremely happy right now. I couldn't be happier.
Totally different from the team that you just played for, the national champions, Washington Huskies. Now you're going to a team that is 1-15. Does that challenge appeal to you, kind of helping a team that's been downtrodden and helping them move their way up the ladder?
It really appeals to me. I was 6-5 my first year here, and now we're 12-0, and hopefully I can play a part in doing the same thing in Indianapolis.
Steve, we're going to come back to you in just a moment. The Rams are going to make their selection. The card is up with the commissioner. So now let's check. We anticipated Sean Gilbert. He certainly got the phone call. And Chuck Knox, remember now the new coach of the Rams. When he was last with the Rams, he had guys like Merlin Olsen and Deacon Jones on the front four. Now he's got guys like Alvin Wright and David Rocker. He likes Sean Gilbert.
Los Angeles Rams, with the third pick in the draft, select Sean Gilbert, defensive end, Pittsburgh. Cincinnati is next up.
So Sean Gilbert, we go defense, defense, defense to start this draft. And by the way, about half of the 28 first-round picks will probably, but could very well be, either defensive line or defensive back, something to keep track of. Let's get back now to Seattle with Steve Entman. And Steve, you grew up in Cheney, Washington. For those in the country that aren't familiar with that, that's in the eastern portion of the state where the Seahawks used to train. Now, you tell me your idol is not a defensive player at all, but a pretty good wide receiver with the Seahawks. Tell me about that.
Well, I don't know. When I was growing up, I always went up and watched Steve Largent play, and I kind of idolized the guy because he didn't have all the athletic ability, but he really made do for what he had, and he became a great player by working really hard.
Well, hard work is certainly what you're all about. Joining us now from Indianapolis on a three-way hookup now is Jimmy Irsay, general manager of the Indianapolis Colts. Now, Jimmy, obviously you've spoken to Steve before. Now you get to do it video-wise. You guys, you don't have to negotiate on our air here, Jimmy, but tell me what went through your mind early when there were signals that Entman didn't want to be a Colt. Now that you got him, tell me what you're feeling right now.
Well, we're ecstatic, Chris. I think some of those things that were out there as rumors, I think were unconfirmed, and we really never had that message from Marvin Demoff, his agent, or from Steve, and meeting Steve myself out in Seattle, and when he came out to Indianapolis, it always went well, and we've always gotten along.
Jimmy, hold on a second, and Steve, hold on. We get a trade up at the podium. This may be Washington moving up to the 4 spot to take Cincinnati's selection. We shall see. Let's go up to the podium, and I'll tell you, there will be a lot of moves today with 5 teams having 2 first-round picks. Jim, Steve.
We have a trade involving the pick that is on the clock. The Cincinnati Bengals have traded this choice, the 4th choice in the first round, and their 3rd choice with a 58th choice overall to the Washington Redskins. Redskins have traded the first-round choice they obtained from the San Diego Chargers, the 6th overall, their choice in the first round, the 28th overall, and their 3rd choice in this draft, the 84th overall. Once again, Cincinnati has traded their 1st and 3rd choices in this draft to Washington for San Diego's 1st choice in this draft, Washington's 1st and 3rd choices in this draft.
All right, so the Redskins are now picking 4th. The Bengals now picking 6th. We'll clean up the rest of it. Jimmy, let's go back to you. The top 2 picks in the draft, that's a lot of money to lay out. Was there any thought at all to bail one of the picks, or is this kind of a statement that the Colts are making to their fans that we're doing the best we can to get the best team?
Well, we're ecstatic with the 2 picks, Chris. We really didn't consider trading them. I think if someone would have offered us something that was something that we couldn't turn down, we would have considered that. But I think you went with defense, and we really feel these 2 individuals can come in and make our defense just better than average. Definitely
Jimmy,
much better.
Anything you want to say to Steve Entman? I mean, he's not there. You'll see him very shortly. Anything you want to add that you didn't talk about last night or this morning?
Well, we talked a few minutes ago, and he gave me his requests, on how we need to change the weight room and bring a few things in. So as an ex-weightlifter to another weightlifter right now. Tell him I just want to say we're getting more weights brought in, and Tom Zapanzik's waiting for him as I speak.
Steve, anything you want to say to Jimmy? It's your world today.
This is great to be a Colt.
Those are the best words you could hear, Jimmy. Steve Entman, Jimmy Irsay, congratulations. Hopefully a marriage that will be very long and very fruitful for you, the Colts, and a player that people compare to the likes of Merlin Olsen, Bob Lilly, Dan Hampton, Ray Childress. Those are pretty big names. Good luck, Steve. Good luck, Jimmy.
Thanks a lot.
Washington has selected.
All right, here's Washington.
Now on the clock.
We need to hold on a second.
Washington has made their choice, and you got to think it's for the Heisman Trophy winner.
With the fourth pick in the draft obtained by trade, the Washington Redskins select Desmond Howard, wide receiver from Michigan.
And there's Desmond at home in Cleveland. He's a member of the Super
Green
Bowl
Bay is
champs.
now on the board.
Heisman Trophy winner going to the Super Bowl champs. The rich just continue to get richer. Because I tell you, the Redskins really need another tough wideout and a tough return man, don't they, Joe?
Well, you know, Chris, the Redskins are just a team that struggled along through this last year, barely eking into the playoffs, obviously barely maintaining a championship caliber play. They're really looking. Each one of their receivers, Sanders, Clark, and Monk, are all either at their 30s or getting close to it. It's the perfect opportunity to put another fast speed receiver. They do not expect Desmond Howard to come in and play right away, which I'm sure is fine with him. He'll spot that fourth receiver spot. He can do a great job for him returning kicks. This just solidifies Washington's position to give them an opportunity to move on and just constantly fill in the little pieces. I would love, Charlie Casserly, if you're listening, I will sign as the 9th quarterback. Just let me go out and throw the ball to all four of those guys just once. I'd love to be a QB with Desmond Howard being added to that bunch.
Might need 3 or 4 quarterbacks.
Hey,
to
why
throw all of
not?
that. Now, Desmond Howard, Mel, you compare him favorably in many categories to Rocket Ismail, who would have been the first pick overall last year.
I think he is, Chris. I think when you look at Desmond Howard, you see a guy who has great speed. He might not run a 4.25 like the Rocket, but certainly good enough at 4.45, extends his body to make that acrobatic catch. The thing that scouts told me was he shows up every week. Every game he made an impact play. He never had a game where somebody took him out of the action. Washington tried to, and they were effective to a certain extent, but overall you see him running reverses here, a guy that can just do it all. And here you're getting a player for a team like the Redskins who can feed and fit into that pocket very well. Sanders had a down year last year. They need somebody. Art Monk can't go one forever, and Desmond Howard certainly ideal for the Redskins. An interesting thing here in the whole trade possibility, the Redskins moved up in the 3rd round from the 84th pick all the way up to the 58th pick. So in reality, when you look at this, they moved up those 2 spots because they wanted to get ahead of the Green Bay Packers. Mike Holmgren was sold on Desmond Howard. He wanted Howard to start building that Packer offense up, generate some excitement. So they knew they had to go from 6 to 4. Cincinnati moves and picks up the 28th pick. But the key for the Redskins is they move from the bottom of the 3rd round to near the top of the 3rd round, which will help them gain a better player at that point.
This note, this is the highest that a defending Super Bowl champion has ever picked. The 4th spot overall, the highest that they have ever picked in the 26 years that they've had the Super Bowl and gone into the draft. So the Washington Redskins breaking ground, and Desmond Howard is a guy that they can think will help their ball club a couple of years down the road. What a luxury to have if you're the champ. We'll be back.
While the prices go up, El Patio brings them down. Save with this 6-piece set for only $4.49. The price is right with this set for only $3.95. Who could ask for more? This set with the platform included for only $13.95. Exclusive design by El Patio, upholstered in Voltaflex, 6 pieces for only $7.95. This 6-piece set with plenty of storage space for only $8.95. And remember, for the best prices and the highest quality, visit any of El Patio's 6 showrooms.
Cocktails, pool tournaments, and dart games.